你好吗？欢迎. It is a Chinese custom to greet someone by asking them, have you had tea yet? If you are lucky, with that tea comes fantastic, delicious treats. Look at all these big goods. We're going to make lucky sweet bride's delight cakes, wonderful pineapple buns. It is tea time today on Mandarin Chinatowns. Special delivery, wedding cake. 欢迎 it means welcome. Do you know that the first cup of tea was an accident? According to Chinese legend, some boiling water was being prepared for the emperor. A leaf from a wild tree just boom, dropped in. He decided to drink it anyway, and guess what? He loved it. From that humble beginning, tea was known to be healthy and refreshing. And now, over 4,000 years later, tea is China's national drink. So today, we're going to learn to make the best treats to complement your tea. First, let's find out about a typical Chinese tea ceremony. Our first stop is New York's Chinatown. There's so many unexpected treasures and pleasures among these narrow streets of New York Chinatown. Today, my mission is to seek out the best cup of cha or tea in town. My host, Ellen Lee of Ten Ren Tea, runs a shop with everything you can ask for. I'm confused. There's a lot of different types of tea, and the price differentiation is so great, from $10 to about $200. I'm so confused. I'm going to ask the expert, Ellen Lee. Ellen, I know that the quality varies and the price varies according to the quality of the tea leaf. Can you explain to us a little bit about the Chinese tea?
Yes, the youngest leaf make better taste, and then make a fragrant aroma much better than the machine cut.
Now this Puqing tea, this is a green tea.
Yes, it's very famous tea from northern Taiwan.
Oh.
It's big leaf.
Let's pull a tiny bit of out and check it out and see the tea leaf. Wow, let's smell it.
Yeah, they use a whole leaf.
Whole leaf.
It's loose.
Look at this. Now,
this is one of the best.
One of the best.
Yes.
Now, tell me, why typical Chinese tea kettle have a little long neck and have a long...
This way you'll be able to keep airtight.
Yeah, tight.
So, because the tea is easy to scent and the fragrance will diminish with time. So you got to very be careful the container, how you keep. So
the idea is to minimize the airflow and make sure the less oxidation. Oh, we learned something, see? Halfway around the world, this is Chinatown in Yokohama, Japan. And this is a tea ceremony, but it is not the famous Japanese tea ceremony. It is the Chinese tea ceremony, a very different way of savoring tea that Mr. Zhang offered his guests in the new Pearl City restaurant. The pot was warm. Tea was added. The first boiling water opens up the tea leaves and warms the cups. Now, more boiling water. Brew for a moment. And into the tall cup to savor the aroma. Finally, transfer the tea into the shallow cup and let the taste befriend your palate slowly. This is the Chinese way to appreciate tea in gourmet tea salons around the world, where tasting a cup of tea is just like tasting a glass of vintage wine. And a cup of tea brings friends from across the ocean together. In Singapore, I dropped by my good friend Mei Leung's house for a chat and a cup of happy tea. Mei is an accomplished artist. These are her own paintings, but her talents extend to the art of tea drinking. She makes some of the most beautiful and delicate teapots anywhere. And of course, a true craftswoman does everything by hand with the simple, basic tools. And now it is the best part, savoring and appreciating tea from a pot that she has made herself, a toast to friendship and happy tea time.
Good.
Oh, cheers. I have been drinking tea with both of you, Mr. Mark and Ellen Lee, for over 20 years. Ever since the first Mandarin Tea opened in San Francisco.
Yes.
And I'm so glad to be invited again to have another cup of tea with you today. You have to learn to savor and appreciate tea. Don't let it brew too long, or let the leaves sit in the water and add nothing else. Europeans would never put milk or sugar in wine. Why would you put them in a cup of fine tea? Most important, tea brings good friends together. Wrong address? Oh, next door. Okay, next door. Now, this is the right address. Hey, this is my kitchen. This damn thing is so heavy. Inside here, there's a lot of wedding cake, the bride's cake. I want to show it to you. In the old days, traditionally, you carry and you deliver all the wedding cake in this container like this. The more wedding cake, the more of this you deliver, the groom deliver to the bridegroom, the more you honor the bride's family. And I want to show all of you something. Oh, look at this. This is double happiness. Double happiness. Look at that. Identical design. Inside here, look at all these. The double happiness wedding almond giant cookies. Double happiness wedding cake. Look at that. This is either sweet lotus bean paste or sweet black bean or red bean paste. All kind of stuff. I want to show it to you, okay? I'm going to put this over here. I want to show you. You go to a Chinese bakery in Chinatown. You always see a lot of elderly, the whole family. They all sit down and read newspaper and have a little cup of tea and serve all this wonderful pastry. A great cup of tea. Now come over here. We'll take a look. Here, talking about bakery. In Chinese bakery, they use less sugar, less cream, and less butter. So it's lighter, it's healthier. And I am collecting this for the last 18 years. And this is my collection of cake molds. This is work of art. Look at this. This is a humongous three gentlemen. Oh, this is one of my favorite. This is the fish. Look at that. Work of art. All wood carving. Beautifully done. Truly masterpiece. And this is also my favorite. Look at this. This is the moon cake mold. But my favorite is an antique that inherit from my great-great-great-grandmother. This is actually a ceramic mold with the double fish, or double happiness. So I'm going to move these. I don't want anybody to take this away. So I'm going to move these away. Save keeping. And then these are the wonderful wedding cake that you normally see. Look at this. Here you see sweet black bean paste. This is wedding cake. Okay. Here you see the sweet lotus bean paste. This is also sweet lotus bean paste. So you have a variety of filling. And then, of course, I'm going to show you how to make the wonderful bride's cake. Here, let's take a look at all of these ingredients we have. You need to make an inner dough and an outer dough. This is the ingredient for the inner dough. All-purpose flour, okay? Some wheat flour, wheat starch, and then a tiny bit of shortening. In the old days, they used lard, okay? And you mix them all up. You mix them all up. Then you use this to make the inner dough. Then how about the outer dough? Outer dough is about the same, except you use bread flour, okay? And you use all-purpose flour, okay? And then you use some sugar, sugar. And also the same thing, a tiny bit of shortening. I'm gonna put some shortening right here. And then mix them all up, mix them all up. And then when it's all nice and neat, you add water, okay? You add water to make the nice dough. Make sure you knead them nicely. And after you finish kneading them, you put in the fridge. Let it firm up a little bit so it's easy to handle. So let us knead this and set it aside, because earlier I have already made a little dough. Here we have a piece of dough which already done, and inside here also have a piece of outer dough already done. What I did is I get this out from the fridge, put a tiny bit of flour right here, and I roll this, and I roll this, and I roll this, and I roll this very nicely. And then the inner dough is actually different color, okay? And I put this on top of the outer dough. Now, to make it nice and traditional and exotic, you know what I did? I put all of these ingredients together for a filling. I got some sugar, some toast sesame seed, and pineapple, and papaya, and also fig. You can even use winter melon. You put them in a blender or a food processor. You chop them all up, and then you put this as a filling. This nice and sweet and nice and red. You put this right over here, okay? And then you hold on to this. Use your knife. Hick. You transfer these on your palm, and you plate it like you do a little dumpling. You see this? Plate it, and plate it, and plate it, and plate it, and plate it. And then you close this, okay? And after you close this, you press this. Look at this, nice and round. And you press this, press please, and you use this to roll this out, okay? And you roll this out, and then use your knife to cut this open. 1 and 2. And then you put this over here, and you use some egg wash, okay? Brush this. Look at how beautiful. Just brush it. And then you use a little dye. Now, this is what you have. Here, this is double happiness. You can use this to stem this, and you can go whip like that. This is double happiness. Look at that. And then, or you, if you don't have this collection, hey, I'm not going to sell this to you. I have collected this for years, and I have this in my possession. So all you have to do is use a chopstick. You hold on to this and put it right here. Look at this. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9. I have 9 of this. 9 is good luck number. 9 means long-lasting relationship. Go, go. Okay. And I'm going to take over there and let it bake at 350 degree to 375 degree for about 12 to 14 minutes. Okay. And then, whoa, let's bake this over here, and then bring out the one I have done, because I have a lot of guests. My family's here. My brother Michael is here in the studio, believe it or not. When this is all done, we're going to transfer these and put a couple of these beautiful pieces. This is beautiful. I love it. And I think I love this too. So this is also a beautiful piece. And then when you serve these, you serve this with another cup of tea. Here it is, Lucky Sweet Bride's Delight Cake. Look at this beautiful wood carving, work of art. Next, we're going to prepare another tasty little dish. But first, let's watch how the master do it. We're going to visit some Chinese bakeries in Chinatowns around the world. Look at all these baked goods. Some are sweet and some are savory. All delicious. When you go to Chinatown anywhere in the world, check out the local bakeries. You'll find a world of sweet and savory delicacies waiting to be discovered. Buy them one at a time or a whole dozen. Customers keep the bakers working long hours every day. A real hit in Chinatown is always the moon cake. I'm helping the bakers to make more of them in this big shop in Singapore. And put this right over here, and you push it down, and you push it, push, and you go, back, and then you go, and you just go. You see? And just bang this whole thing, and the whole thing comes out like this. And there's another one, okay? Okay. Whoa, look at this. Huh? Look at that. Isn't it nice? This is Sun Choyun pastry shop in Honolulu, Chinatown. And here, big buns are the name of the game. These fret pastries are stamped with the words for double happiness. They are called Wife's Delight. Here in Hawaii, they also have these traditional Chinese candies for sale in the big shop. Look, candy wintermelon, ginger, carrot, lotus root, and more. Here in London's Chinatown, there's also a wide variety. All my favorites are here, including my childhood favorite, sponge cake. And not everything in a Chinese bakery is big. In New York's May Bakery, you can get steamed Chinese tamales called zhong. Smells good. Smells good, Alan. Very good.
Very good.
As I said, don't forget to visit the bakery next time you are in Chinatown. And trust me, once you go in, you won't come out empty-handed. I am working hard rolling the dough for my pineapple buns. Look at this, nice. This is just a yeast dough with all these wonderful ingredients. Roll it up, roll it until they're big enough, okay? Nice and round. Nice and round. Now, the dough is nice and ready. So we're gonna get ready. Now, this pineapple bun, you can use any of the filling. Traditionally, a lot of Chinese bakery, they use the custard like this. You can put the custard here and then make this and put a tiny bit of shredded coconut or sesame seed. And then, but I want to make it more traditional today. So we have this sweet lotus bean paste, lin yong. You see, lin yong. That means cook the lotus bean paste with sugar, brown sugar or rock sugar or slab sugar. And this is red bean paste, you see, red bean paste. And this is also very sweet. In fact, the Japanese and the Chinese use this a great deal in a variety of wonderful sweet pastries and baked goods, okay? What we have to do is, I'm going to do a little bit different this time. I'm going to put the red beans, okay? Put it right here. The little red beans, put it right over here. Look at that. It's very simple. And then, to make it a little bit more interesting, we also put a tiny bit of shredded coconut inside, okay? Put a tiny bit extra sugar, okay? And we'll roll it up like this. We'll roll it up, okay? Roll it up like that. Roll it up. You see? Very, very simple. And then the most important thing is after you do this, you have to let this rise a little bit, okay? Make sure you let it rise a little bit, nice and round like this. And then you make the topping. The topping actually is very, very easy. You have some vanilla, you have some chopped pineapple sugar, and a tiny bit of egg wash. And then what you do is you roll this up. Roll this up. Also, after you finish this, make sure you do it. Oh, that should be enough. I rolled it up. Okay. Now you keep everything nice and moist in a bag like this. Don't let it expose to air. Then you push this down. Push, 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 push. You see? And I roll this out a little bit. And I roll this out. And I roll this out. And then, very nice. And then you use this. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 45 degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Now, then you use this. You put this. Look at this. Right here. And then you put this on top of these already rice buns. And before you do that, you should be very careful. Put a brush a tiny bit of egg wash. Tiny bit of egg wash. Tiny bit of egg wash. Okay? And then also do it again. A tiny bit of egg wash. Look at this. A tiny bit of egg wash. A tiny bit of egg wash. And then you do another one. Beautiful. Right here, another one. And you have another one. Handle with care. Look at this. And then make sure to let this also have one right on top. Look at this. Beautiful. And then if you want to make it interesting, sprinkle a tiny bit of sesame seed, a tiny bit of, also brush this. Brush this. So you brush it twice. Pineapple bun. Okay? Tiny bit. And then you take it over there and you let it bake for approximately maybe 20 minutes. Okay? Make sure. Let's take this out and take it over there and let it bake for a little while. It already smells good. You know, if you study Chinese culture and history, you know that Chinese have several important celebrations and festivals throughout the whole year. First is the Spring Festival, Chinese New Year, Sunnin. And then around May, the Dragon Boat Festival, they serve the zhong, the Chinese tamale. And then around August, the Mid-Autumn Festival, they serve the moon cake. So throughout the year, Chinese actually have a very sweet tooth. Now, for instance, of course, weddings, they will have all kinds of sweets that the groom would bring into the bride's family. And of course, besides that, they also bring them good luck money, like this in the red envelope. For the groom to get to the bride, they have to go through all the bridesmaids. They have to bribe them with a lot of money in the red envelope. It's wonderful. So it's very, very important. Now, I think our bun is almost ready. You take it out. Oh, actually, it's ready. It's not almost ready. Look at beautiful. Nice and hot. Whoa, it is hot. Look at this, a delicious pineapple bun. Perfect for tea time and any time. Did I tell you it would be easy? This was fun. And we'll have more fun next time. Remember, happy tea. If yen can be sweet, so can you. 再见。